So today we're working on this bike. It's a 1974 Yamaha 100. Don't really know much about it. It's more of a street bike. I know that a year ago somebody put a new carb on it, new tires, and got it up to working condition. And then it's a friend's bike and it was leaking gas. So I just thought I'd take a look at it. It's leaking out of the bowl. You can see it's that line because I pulled it out yesterday. So the first thing I'm going to do is pull the carb off and check the seat that the needle goes into. We have another bike that's happened on where the O-ring or the seat just dried out. And if it's not that, just try adjusting the float. It also, if you did plug the overflow line, the gas valve doesn't quite work properly, so it would also leak out of the seams of the bowl. So gonna get to pulling off the carb. Here we go. Alright, so to start off, gonna take some vice grips and clamp the fuel line because the valve doesn't work, and whatever is left in there I don't want to spill out. So just simply going to stick these on, make it a bit tighter. You don't want to clamp too hard into the fuel line and rip it, but you should be okay just to stick those on simply. And then next thing, gonna take some Allen keys, and you can't see it, this bolt right there. Oh, just kidding, you can. It's a black bolt, and it uses Allen wrench. There's one of these bolts on either side. So the side is a 6mm Allen wrench. There's one on either side. So it's got to get undoing. Alright, used my 6mm Allen wrench and got one side of the bolts out. And then on the other side, on this side, it's just loose because it'll slide out of the slot. So now I'm gonna unscrew this cap where it has the slide. So let's do that. There, so now it popped off. So it's gonna pick it up and out. You want to make sure you don't disconnect the barrel from the spring and then the wire pops back. Now that we got that out, gonna go and grab a screwdriver to take off the fuel line as well as the air box. Alright, so got some screwdrivers. Gonna take off the fuel line. Gonna guess some will drip out of here. That's okay, I'm on some gravel. It'll just soak up. So undo that hose clamp. Now I've just got a little screwdriver undoing the air box. Now everything's loose. So I'm gonna pull the carburetor out. I want to make sure not to lose this spacer. So I'm going to go pull it out from the other way. pop the airbox off, pull the slide out of the way. Okay, so I've got it out. Now, still have to get the fuel line off. So it's got a little flat screwdriver. There we go. Got the carburetor off. Let's see it drip some fuel out of there. So now we're gonna go put it onto a bench so we can rip it apart. Okay, so we're here. Got our makeshift bench, just a Rubbermaid flipped over with some rags on top. Gotta make sure you got the rags so you can soak up any gas. Just gonna take a star screwdriver and undo the bowl on it. This will leak some gas, just so you know, if you're doing this. So just loosen up all these screws. Alright, so onto the last screw. Now the bowl should just pop right off. Well, it's already leaking some gas out, so we'll go drain that into a cup. Okay, so now we've got it all focused. Grab the screwdriver, stick it in between on the tab and the float, and just pry a little bit. And that should bend the tab. Don't want to bend it too far. But now, you're gonna have to put it all back together, put the bike all back together, and try it. If it doesn't work, just repeat the same process over and over again. Alright, so got the carburetor back in. Didn't show that part. Got it all tightened up. Now for a test, I have this jerry can rigged up on the overflow hose. So and we'll just keep putting that in for our testing. So now I'm just gonna stick the camera right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and got another jerry can right here, and I'm gonna start filling this up, and hopefully it doesn't leak out of there. And if it doesn't, we'll take it for a little test drive. Alright, so did some filling up, and I'm gonna come over here, check out our other jerry can. There you can just see the tip of it. And so far so good. Doesn't look like there's any gas coming out of this hose, which is a good thing. Gonna leave it here for a little bit, go put on a helmet, and take it for a little cruise.